Disney Channel, what the frick were you thinking making original movies? Me and Felix went and remade one of your original movies, and it was.
I'm being bullied.
I'm the bully.
Oh, I want an Aryan boyfriend.
I'm the Aryan boy.
Hi, I'm the dad. I work for the government.
I'm the Aryan boyfriend. I killed a man for his car. I want to kiss the girl.
Okay, kiss me, but you do have to die first.
Okay.
We are European.
And we want to kill the robot.
Slavic voice.
Slavic voice. You're not European.
I'm the best friend.
And I'm the big brother.
No way, shape, or form was anyone harmed in the creation of this video. Ow! Why did you do that? This movie did a really bad job of introducing its characters as well. Like, it straight up just threw us into the butthole of non-plot by showing us this pier scene where basically the dad was like, "You can't go to the dance," and the daughter was like, "But Dad, no, I really want to go to the dance, please, it's not fair." And he's like, "No." But then we later find out that he pretty much was just like, "Oh, you can go to the dance, honey," even though she robbed him of a, well, in real life would probably be a $50 million project. So bad decisions all around.
The worst decision was when the sidekick character stayed this girl's friend after everything that happened in the first 15 minutes. We learn that they are stupidly smart kids who make their own teachers angry from pure intellect alone. Despite this, they have terrible taste in men. How would you react if a person you like texts you like, "Yo, yo, ma, are you free to nut? Trying to go see a movie or some?"
So, of course, like all Disney Channel teenage girls do, they obsess over their crush and they go Google Gaga crazy over the simplest stuff. She starts popping off, telling her friend, like, "Yo, look at this text message I got. I just got a text message from Jaden." Now, at this moment, the bully's coming down these steps very weirdly. And she's, like, really mad about this because apparently, you know, she and the boy, they're supposed to be together because they're the most popular people in the school. And she gets, like, really frustrated and she crumples up paper and litters. Once again, it's 2014. Shouldn't be littering. And she's just like, "Okay, cool." So she meets her outside of the schoolyard with a bunch of people, and you would not believe what happens next.
So Nevaeh comes downstairs. By the way, Nevaeh is heaven spelled backwards. And she gives our main character an epic roasting. "Hey, main character, here's a roast for you. This is me. This is New Zealand. This is the social and political economic state of the world right now. And then this is you. You just got roasted."
Once the roast is finished and everybody, like, calms down, May is officially like, "Okay, listen, that's not true. I actually have a boyfriend. I met him on the internet. He just lives in Alaska." Everybody knowing this is a lie is like, "Well, prove it." She's like, "Well, I can't because he's, like, in Alaska. But he's taking me to homecoming." So her friend, Gabby, is like, "You're lying." And she's like, "Well, we can just make a fake dating profile, whatever. So they go back home, and Gabby's a freaking super genius. If you take the weirdest Disney villain ever, they don't stop these kids. These kids would completely topple them. There's no freaking way. Have you ever seen someone hack the government? Have you ever seen someone do it with a MacBook?
Next thing we know, we're treated to a scene of this robot being created autonomously in a lab. This man is Albert. And not only does he run out of the lab in supersonic speed, next thing we know, we see him in a Lamborghini with new clothes at the high school our main characters go to.
While Albert was being made, back at the house, we were introduced to May's really weird older brother, who I suspect is just a porn star in disguise. Back to what Felix said, though, he stepped out of this Corvette with these really weird Disney-specific drippy clothes, and he was just kind of there. Now, there's a couple things wrong with this scene, because one, where did he get the car? Two, where did he get the clothes?
Now, of course, we're reasonable men, so we think that Albert has a kill count. Now, looking back, when he was made in the lab, he was naked and he didn't have a dollar to his name. However, now he has an entire car and a set of clothes. This means he at least killed one person for the car and one person for the clothes. At max, he's killed 2 people. Minimum, he's killed 1.
Disney doesn't really give you enough time to kind of digest the crimes that Albert committed, mainly because they didn't tell you he committed any crimes. They just expect you to be like,
oh wow, cool white guy with a cool car and cool clothes.
but I think once you get older, you kind of get a little bit smarter. Mind you, the whole time this is happening, the porn star brother is supposed to be back at the house distracting the father, getting him away from the computer that they broke while hacking into the government. You see how that doesn't make sense? With the porn star brother in mind, we do have to take into account that Disney is a very bad company when it comes to casting, not just on their TV shows, but on their world tours and things of that nature. Recently, about less than half a year ago, a woman named Jessica Chermel came forward and said that she suffered from PTSD and an eating disorder that she developed while working with Disney. Disney had very strict rules while she was working with them, as well as talking about how she was only allowed to speak in English to guests. It just isn't really great business practice, if you ask me, or really anybody at all. It's not really a good way to treat people. By the way, these are just the people that they take for world tours. We're not even talking about the people they decide to put on big screens.
For example, the sidekick character and the potential love interest that shows up in at the end of the movie, they had about I believe it was 5-year difference. Just by looks alone, the main character and the main character's love interest look like father and daughter almost.
For context, this movie came out in 2014. That is approximately 8 years ago. Bro, the bully in that movie was 21 at the time of making that movie.
What?
Yeah. She's almost 30.
So wasn't the robot's main purpose to kiss this main character?
Yeah, like he did not want to leave at all until he kissed her. Like even in at the end of the movie, he did not leave until he kissed her. So she was 18, like I said before, and he was 24, maybe even 23. So like the 6 or 5 year difference might not seem like a big deal, and oh, she's an adult, so it's okay. But like, come on. And I know Disney has a lot of money, so even if they had stand-ins, it is what it is. But it's the fact that they would even think about having something like this, and it's kind of disgusting. Because even if they were safe this time, doesn't mean that they were safe before.
But what would a Disney original movie be without bad guys? We have just been introduced to 3 European bad guys that are there really for the sole purpose of stealing Albert. Why? I don't know. Who cares? By the way, Albert comes again with new clothes in the middle of the day, so that's another 3 kills on the kill count.
After we meet these stereotypical European males who are our side villains for this movie, we are taken to the big homecoming game, where we find out that May and Albert have sung songs in the garden together, such as I love you like a love song, baby. I love you like a love song, baby. and something about beep, 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 beep. Oh. Of course, Disney wanted to have them sing a cappella with a crappy violin in the background. A song that they owned, and not a song that they could do something else. Hey, save money where you can. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's the most Disney thing I've heard all year. But once we get to the homecoming game, Gabby's like, hey, you should really stop spending so much time with Albert. And May is like, you're a bad friend. And she's like, okay, fine. And so they stop being friends. And then, I forgot how, but Albert ended up disappearing again. And he basically just killed the Europeans. Actually, we missed one. When we were first introduced to Albert, he was just on the football field, and he threw a football to a guy, and he went flying through a shed like a dummy. So
The homecoming game starts. Another player gets out because he's injured. The coach needs somebody. Albert's right there. We already saw before that Albert could kill a man with a football. Now it's time to put it to the test.
for all my sports fans out there, this is about to get real freaking technical. If you've ever seen Kobe Bryant lace up a pair of cleats on the soccer field, you would know for sure that in the 9th inning of the game, this guy pops off. Okay, so this dude Albert hops onto the field, starts going like freaking LeBron James speed on everybody. Everybody's grabbing onto him like Draymond Green, and they can't catch him. They can't hold him down. They did the stereotypical, oh, I'm holding on to the football guy, and he's just running down the field. But it was like 50 of them, and I'm pretty sure he stepped on like 3 of them. That's 3 more on the kill counter. He ended up scoring a touchdown that would win them a game, but with all of this, he still killed the other football team. We don't know how many kids were on the football team, but with my sport knowledge, I know there's 12 people on the field, including the ref, I believe. So
somebody had an EMP at the game, for some reason, to try and stop Albert. But while they were discussing a plan of stopping Albert with his EMP, Nevaeh, heaven spelled backwards, overheard and figured out Albert is a robot.
now, at this point, Gabby and May had met up with each other again, like, oh my god, what are we going to do? And all they knew what to do was run away. While they were running away, they had a conversation, and I guess their friend breakup was over, so they were back to being friends again. But the one thing I did take from their conversation is that they're not as smart as I thought they were. Even though the whole time I was watching this movie, their intelligence level to me was dropping substantially. But Gabby had the nerve to say,
No, it's okay. We'll come back due to the power of love.
insert the pier scene we were talking about before. So we're all caught up with the movie now. And you would not believe what happened.
He came back due to the power of love in another suit with a limousine. That's +2 to the kill count.
Worst part about it is that the dad had dropped May off at the dance and was like, oh, you can go, even though 5 minutes prior he was really like, you can't go. Furthermore, the military knew they programmed Albert to complete his original mission, and once he was given that original mission, he had to do it or else there was no stopping him. His original mission was to kiss May. Knowing this, they let him go to the dance where he has to dance with May, starts dancing with May, and then the votes come out for Homecoming Queen. Nevaeh, leading the charge on this, is very mad that she did not win Homecoming Queen and that May won it instead. So, they're tallying up the votes to see who Homecoming King is, and lo and behold, Albert is named Homecoming King. Now Nevaeh walks up on stage all big and bad and is like,
I cannot believe this is happening. Give me the microphone. You will not believe what I have to say. Albert is a machine.
at this point,
A machine.
everything she says to try to make Albert look bad, Noah Centineo, which is the original crush that May had, repeats everything she says. So it goes a little something like this.
Albert's a machine.
A machine.
I don't think you get it. He's supernatural.
Noah Centineo.
The call and response was just really bad and really stupid, and it just made him look really, really goofy. Eventually, though, the robot kissed the girl.
Lucky. Now that Albert and the main character finally kiss, he asks one last thing of her. That when he kisses her and the mission is complete, she lets him self-destruct. Because bitches ain't loyal, and she's gonna do it too. She's gonna do it because because, like I said before, but instantly, right after Albert flies into the sky, breaking the gymnasium ceiling, she goes right to Noah Centineo's character. Why? Because bitches ain't
Once all of this happens, you just begin to believe that everyone associated with these two people are just absolutely ridiculously stupid. The whole crowd at homecoming is like, oh, Principal went out with these special effects. But ultimately, as the movie ends, the last thing you know is that China and McLean gets with the brother and they dance. They don't show them kissing, but they dance.
I think I heard in the sequel that they do end up kissing, and there's a 5-hour long in the movie. It's straight to DVD though.
Where'd you find this?
Hey, I'm just a guy, man. I don't know why you're questioning me about it.
With all of that out of the way, me and Felix have decided to go ahead and give our overall rating and emotions on the movie. I decided to just copy Rotten Tomatoes because I'm cool like that, but I'm calling it Rotten Eggs. I gave the movie a 22% because it was really, really stinky.
Hey man, I rated it too. I rated it under 18, which is exactly what all the directors at Disney like to have their women actors be.
You guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next.
Also like under 18.
We'll see you guys in the next video.
You know, giraffes do that. They like headbutt the female giraffe's vagina to see if she's fertile. And they headbutt her vagina, and they taste the piss. And
Please
the
say
piss is
psych.
fertile. I don't think I'm psychic.
I'm keeping this in the video, by the way.
How do male giraffes? Let's see. How do male giraffes tell if a female is fertile? Yeah. So in order to determine if a female giraffe is fertile, the male will taste her urine.
Send me a
Yeah, 'cause
screenshot of
it's-
this.
Yeah, because giraffes don't have menstrual cycle. Yeah, and so they just follow females around, bumping against them strategically, trying to get a whiff of the female urine. So that's how they can tell. That's how they know.
That's insane.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, honestly. But last time I did, I went to jail. So what about Albert, huh? What's going on with Albert?